Now some people will take the skin off the chicken breast, others leave it on. I personally prefer to leave it on. Gives it a nice golden color. Remember, again, season the chicken breast, dry it before you season, and then have the flame on at about a medium once you add your chicken. Grab the chicken by your wing bone when you put it in. Put the bottom of the chicken in toward you on your side, and then put it in away from you. So if it's going to splash away from you. Again, pick it up on the wing bone. Put it in, lay it in gently. You do it slow and careful, you're not going to burn yourself. A lot of people get a little bit nervous when they hear that sizzling and they just drop it in and oil splashes all over. And then of course what happens, you get nervous and fire everywhere. So just take care. Do not touch the chicken for at least about a minute and a half, because you want to see a little bit of color on the outside of the chicken before you even attempt to turn it over. Always put the presentation side of the chicken in first. We're going to present the chicken with the skin on it. This is not going to be the presentation side. This is going to be on the bottom of the plate. We're going to present the other side, so we saute that side first. My sauce here is doing okay. I think I want to just reduce a little bit more and turn the heat up a bit. A little bit longer. I'm starting to see a little bit of color on the outside. You can see a little bit right on here. A little bit on each side. It's just starting to brown just a bit. At the end, we want to have a nice golden color to it. Remember the heat, I only have it on a medium heat. You don't want to have it on a high heat. If you have it on a high heat now, it's going to cook too quick on the outside. It's going to get too dark. And then the inside is going to be raw and the outside is going to be overcooked, overdone, too crunchy, hard to eat. It doesn't go well with the sauce then. Alright. Now I'm going to turn the chicken around. See, I have a beautiful color already. And I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. We'll just let it sit. Do not shake the pan, move the pan around, move the chicken around. Just let it sit. This is the way that it's not going to stick to the pan. If you shake it around, move the chicken around, don't press on it. If you move the chicken around, it's going to stick because the oil cools down. If you press on it, trying to get it to cook faster, it's going to get tough. It's going to dry out. You get all the juices out of the chicken. Now my sauce is just about ready. I'm going to add my demi-glace to it. Once the sauce is off on a boil, then I'm going to add my tomatoes to it. Meantime, the chicken breasts are doing just lovely. A good way of checking when your chicken breast is done is so that you don't have to cut in. I usually tell my students, use your fingers. If you put your fingers together, pointing finger and thumb, this is still pretty tender here. That's almost like a medium rare. You use the middle finger and your thumb, and you press right here. That's about when the chicken is done. It's nice, kind of firm, kind of tells you it's medium cooked. Okay, now we have color on both. I'm going to turn the heat down really low until my chicken is properly done. Just going to slowly let it finish up. I want a little bit more color on my presentation side, so that's why I flip them around a bit one more time. My sauce is starting to come to a boil. And now I'm going to add the tomatoes to it. And I'm going to incorporate that, stir it in really well, bring it up to a boil, then turn it down to a slow simmer for about 5 minutes. So the sauce has come to a boil. I'm just going to turn it down to a slow simmer. Give it about 5 minutes, just like that. I turn my chicken back around, and you see the presentation side. We have a beautiful golden color. Sauce is just about getting done. You want to kind of coat the back of a spoon nicely, just about something like this. It doesn't glob to the spoon, it just kind of coats it beautifully. That's how the sauce, the texture of the sauce should be. So what we do now is we're going to start to season the sauce, and we're going to start out with salt. And then we add some pepper. The one thing you want to do when you taste the sauce, taste it at least 2 or 3 times, because the customer is not just going to have one little spoonful of sauce and say, wow, this was delicious, thank you for the meal. Sometimes you don't detect that it needs more seasoning until about the 2nd or 3rd tasting. But I think on this one, a bit more salt. Good for the arteries. Got to take care of those arteries, don't we? Taste it again. Right on. Beautiful. The chicken is just about done. Look at that, beautiful color, both sides, nice looking chicken. Definitely done. So what we're going to do when we set it on the plate, we're going to take a little sauce. We put some sauce on the plate. We're going to grab some parsley, because parsley is one of the ingredients that's in this sauce. And I just like to sprinkle a little bit of parsley right over the plate, right over the sauce. I don't like to incorporate the parsley into the sauce, because if it's in there too long, the parsley will turn brown rather quickly, and then you don't even realize that you have parsley on there. Then we take our chicken breast. We add the chicken breast on the plate. And we don't really want to cover the chicken breast with sauce, because it has such a beautiful appearance. You want to really see what you eat. So we can just put a little bit more over the tip of the breast right there. A little bit more parsley. And voila, here you have your chicken chasseur.